Hi, welcome to my first ever YouTube video review. Before we get started, both these guns have been checked and they are safe and empty. I'm not going to bore you with the details showing you, just take my word for it. Today's review will be on the Glock 27 40 cal subcompact and the Smith & Wesson M&P 40c 40 caliber subcompact. These guns are going to be equivalent in size to their 9mm brothers, which for the Glock 27 would be the Glock 26, and for the M&P would be the 9C. They're very similar guns in most respects. Size and function, they're both double action only, very similar in size. As you can see, the top, very similar in width, height, and length. I think the M&P is just a hair longer and a hair taller, but I do like the fact that it does have a more beveled top. Makes it a little smoother, I think. But that's personal preference. I've always had a Glock. I used to carry the Glock 26, but then I wanted to move up to a 40 cal and stay in the subcompact. So unfortunately, where I live, there's no ranges where you can try before you buy. So when I was in the market, I bought the Glock. Then I went to another dealer who really liked the M&P, and when I held it in my hand, I really liked it. So I wound up picking it up, and I figured I'd go home, try it, see which one I like better, keep one and sell the other. So, like we discussed, and like I showed you, very similar in size. So, I don't know if you can see that. Actually, both of them came with night sights, which is nice. Just to show you how it fits my hand, the Glock with the flush clip, my really can't get a great grip on it with my pinky. Feels good, but I don't really have a good pinky grip, which is not a big deal. You get accustomed to shooting. You make changes in your position. The M&P, I'm able to get a little bit more of my pinky on, but still the pinky slides off a little bit. It's the nature of the beast with the subcompacts. However, with the Glock, you can get the Pierce grip extender. Doesn't add any more rounds, just gives you a place to rest your pinky, and it works well. The Smith & Wesson M&P package I got came with a flush mounted magazine, and it also came with two with the extension on the bottom. Once again, now you have a nice pinky rest. Breakdown of the guns. Glock's going to win on this one in the ease, but Smith & Wesson is going to win in the safety. With the Glock, pull the slide back a little bit, pull down the takedown levers, and pull the trigger. It helps if you take out the magazine, and slide the slide forward. There it is apart. Recoil spring guide and barrel. Everything back in. Put it back together, and there we have it. Very simple. With the M&P, it's a little different, but also a little safer. Take out the magazine, lock the slide back. You have the lever here, takedown lever. With the M&P, you also have an added safety. There's a slide lock release. I don't know if you're not going to be able to see it, I'm sure. But there's a slide lock release lever. And I might as well show you how you're supposed to do it. It comes with its own takedown tool built into the handle of the gun. Now this is also used to take the back straps out. The Smith & Wesson has replaceable back straps, comes with 3 for different hand sizes, which is really nice. So, put the takedown lever down, you put the takedown pin down, and now, without firing, slide it apart. Have the recoil spring guide and the barrel access. Now the good thing about this is you don't have to fire the trigger like you do on most of the Glock type pistols. Put it back together. The takedown lever inside is still going to be down, but as soon as you put in a magazine, that's going to go up. The lever you might see there, that's a safety for the magazine safety lock. This gun will not fire if the magazine is not in the gun. If you don't like that, you can order versions that don't have that. As a matter of fact, I thought I was. Mine wound up having it, but it's not a big deal to me. So, you probably noticed it, but when I did hit this button back here, I did install the Crimson Trace laser sight on the Smith & Wesson, which is really nice. I tried the Glock 26 with the laser sight, and it made the grip too big, where I didn't find it that comfortable. Once the gun is put back together, you put this gun tool back in, rotate it, and that's it. The Glock magazine does not fit in the Smith & Wesson. So, having the interchangeable back straps is really nice. What I liked about, and I should say first off, I have carried a Glock for quite some time, and I do love the Glocks. I think they're great pistols. I think they're well made. The finish is excellent. However, I did pick the Smith. Reason being, even though I shoot this pistol very well, I really never cared for the angle, especially on the compact. I just find it a little too much. The full-size Glocks, I deal with that a little better. But this just felt so much better in my hand. Just feels more natural. It just very comfortable. Shooting at the range, both of them handled perfectly. No malfunctions whatsoever on either gun. Grouping, very similar, although I did group a little tighter with the M&P, most likely because I felt a little more comfortable with the grip. I'm sure somebody that would be more comfortable with the Glock grip probably would have shot the Glock better, but both groupings were nice and tight. And I think that's just about it. I did pick the M&P. Both guns are excellent guns. You can't go wrong either way. If you are lucky enough to have a range that rents the guns, try them both out. I just really liked the M&P 40c. I felt it more comfortable. Also, when you put the Crimson Trace on, I found the M&P more comfortable with the Crimson Trace. I don't think it protrudes as much once it's on the gun. Also, what I liked is that the M&P also comes with the rails. So if I ever want to put a flashlight or a Viridian green laser at some point, I have the option to do that where you won't with the Glock. And I think that pretty much concludes my review. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let me know what you think of the review, and I hope you found it somewhat helpful. Thank you for watching.